Hi Aquarius, this is Mary with Seer. This is your second half of June Tarot and Oracle reading 2020. So that would be roughly the 16th through the 30th of June. And thanks for being here. Thanks for your likes and shares. Resistance, huh? Thanks for booking readings with me, checking out jewelry on many different platforms I have included in the description box. Donating and likes, shares, and comments. Okay, so we're going to do 5-card spread. I'm using 5 for chaos and change because, well, there's a lot of chaos and change going on in the world. So let's see if we can find the best way to kind of look at it, resolve a few things. It would be great if we could resolve everything in one reading, but see what we can do for the moment. So, Aquarius, first card is current situation. So the current situation is Judgment. They're manga cards, so they're kind of not real bright. So we have, it's an interesting face at the top, but it's not really a face, it's just symbols, which is interesting because there's 2 angels and it's actually the heart, the heart that goes on the clod of the heart with wings, but it almost looks like a cat's face, right? So there's something about an illusion here that Judgment is bringing through what the truth is. Yeah. So there's also this feeling of the sun coming out, but it also feels like it's setting at the same time. There is a man and woman on this card that appear to be waking up. So I don't know if this is like an awakening. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Okay, present situation. Like opening one's eyes and feeling this has really been happening and I didn't see it. Whatever that is for you. Okay, it's like realizing that something has happened, something's been happening, something has changed, and it was like you were sleeping. You didn't see it. Okay. Okay, so the second card is the past. Wow. Second card is a 4 of Cups. This is when something's right in front of you and you can't see it. But this is the realization that this has been happening, which is a gift to be able to see it and therefore make a decision on it, right? That's where Judgment comes into play. It's like a judgment call. It's like, it means many things. But right here, it's like the identification of something that I didn't see in the past. So this is, in the past, it was like one was bored. I was bored. No appreciation for the love that was in front of me. No appreciation for what I was being shown. And sometimes when the truth is in front of us and we can't see it, it's not appreciating that it's right there for us to see. It's that thing that, well, once we realize it, we see how many times it was there and we chose to ignore it. Chose to ignore it is something that was given to me to say in that way for you or for whoever's watching this. Third card is hidden. What is hidden? This is the Knight of Cups reverse. So the Knight of Cups reverse is a lack of affection and commitment. Yeah. This is, why am I back of my arms itching? It's weird. Lack of commitment and affection. So no more love, no commitment. What is hidden? Well, maybe there's a love interest that has stopped. That has stopped being loyal to you. Next card is emerging influence. This is the Lovers. This is making a choice in love. This is Gemini card. Gemini card. Why is this a Gemini card? Well, because Geminis they're mutable, right? So, also, Geminis, one of the gifts, one of the talents they have is the ability to look at things from different perspectives. So, therefore, Lover card represents the times that Geminis have to make a head over heart decision or a heart over head decision. Having to make a decision from a different place than they would normally make the decision from. What does that mean for you? That means that there may be a decision in love that needs to be made, but there's a real good chance that it could be made in a good way. It's not saying a bad decision in love, a good decision in love, but sometimes a good decision in love means seeing what we didn't see, seeing the lack of loyalty or the lack of love that's really here, and making the right decision for ourselves should always be the best decision. But that's some people's opinion. Some people think they should always go with their heart, or they should always go with what is right, what they feel is right, no matter how they feel. So it would be here, Aquarius, looking at the situation from the perspective that you don't always look at it in. I hope that made sense. Okay. So here's the synthesis or the bigger picture. Knight of Swords. Well, so Knight of Swords is a fast-moving energy. It's somebody that comes in with their sword on a horse with a sword, okay? And they're coming in to cut up everything. Now, be careful if this is you coming in, because it's air energy. Because coming in just to disrupt everything, coming in with information that may not be true. I don't usually think this is gossip, but it could be. It could be information that's not true, that's being thrown around to upset everyone. So do not react. If you get information that is upsetting to you, consider before repeating it. Consider before repeating it. So I have two cards. Both knights. They're both reversed. They're both in blue. Okay, so this is a cold energy when it's blue, right? Reversed. No love, no commitment, and no truth and disruption, okay? So it's like a warning here. Be careful what you're not seeing. Because if today was Judgment Day, Aquarius, you would still be held accountable for your actions. So make the right choice. Think about it. Make the right choice in love or when dealing with others, dealing with other people. But make sure it's right for you. Consider what you're not seeing, okay? Because you're being judged. So this Judgment card is almost like a future energy, but you're getting some information now. Because there will be judgment on what happens here. So that's all I really know. I don't get all the details. I get snippets. So if I got all the details, I'd get lost in them. I'd be like, well, Anyway, one more card wants to come out, Aquarius. This is the Hierophant reverse. So the Hierophant reverse is not being in line with your spirituality. This could be somebody acting out of bounds, a relationship out of bounds, a marriage. This could be no longer listening to religious ways of doing things. It can mean many things. But no matter what people say, this can be government, this can be Hierophant, government, religion. We know what is the right thing. And if doing the right thing for many or us, it depends on where you're at in this process. It may mean not going by the rules, but it can also mean that you may be judged for going outside the rules in a relationship, like commitments. So, because you couldn't see the love that was in front of you, but you shouldn't have held the cup, you shouldn't have held on to it. You should have freed them, or they should have freed you. That's part of the judgment. I mean, if we don't want to be within the confines that we're in, we have the choice to step outside. But the lack of commitment here says somebody stepped outside an agreement, a relationship, a commitment. They gave the illusion they were committed when they weren't. Okay? Now, the Knight of Swords, the outcome of this could be somebody coming in and saying, I know you lied, or you telling somebody, I know you lied. And here's why I know. And you come in with disruption, with information. Reverse, it's a more negative. It's not usually coming in with the truth. That would be a different card. So it's more about the deception coming in to disrupt. Okay. In case that was what somebody was asking. Okay. So next we're going to look at what your angels and ancestors have to say. Okay, I'm not taking that many. Oh, it's too many. Let's put them all back. All right, so arrow, surround yourself with protective energy. So this means be careful of who you're around, because we all we're energy. We're balls of energy, and we look solid, but we're not really solid. You know, it's kind of crazy, right? The whole quantum energy thing. So when I get near the table, what we can't see, and even though I bump up against it, is that the molecules kind of swirl around, you know. So when we're outside in a peaceful place, we feel peace. When we're in a place like a concert, we feel not only all the people around, but we feel all their energy. When there's chaos in the world, we feel that too. So this would be saying to be careful of the energy around, whether it's is the energy you're around who you want to be? Is what you're watching, listening to, or thinking who you want to be? Does that bring you peace? The peace that you are asking for, the peace that you are seeking. If not, then consider what's around you. Okay. Can also be doing a good cleanup of your surroundings. But usually to me, this means like spirit and energy. Energy. Sage is important. If you find yourself being angry out of nowhere, there's a lot of collective anger. If you're empathic at all, you may be picking up on that. So be sure to cleanse your energy with sage, or there's all kinds of different techniques, and you can research that. You're a smart cookie. Okay. It just popped off the top, but it was become your own sovereign. This is your life. Create it your way. Okay. I'm going to get another card there. Embracing the love for yourself and for your future and for your, for what you believe in, your truth, all of that. Purple is spiritual guidance. She's holding the cup of love. It's in front of her now, not overlooking it as in the Four of Cups. This is my cup of love. This is what I want to focus on. What do I love? What am I committed to? Okay. And choices, my choices. If I'm committed to my own life and being happy, my choices should be reflecting that. If they're not, then I need to consider the energy I'm in and what I'm around. Okay. They just keep it simple. They're telling me don't beat around the bush with Aquarius. Return from the underlife. And Return from the underworld and engage life. This is another like judgment card, like a phoenix card. This is 2. So how are you going to proceed from here? This is your present energy. What are you going to shift, or are you going to choose to go back into the same energy where you came from? And I already know the answer is no, because these wouldn't be upright. So when you return from the underworld, you have a different view. You just can't help it. Okay, do one more card. Oh, we're only at 15. Well, we got time. Seems like it's just, you want me to be done quick. I don't know why. I honor virtue. So it seems like there's been excuses that somebody hasn't been doing things the way they know they should, and it's knowing they should, okay? I'm going to grab that book. So the 4 pillars of virtue are really important. It's a really long spiel, but we'll keep it simple here. The 4 pillars, the 4 cardinal virtues are temperance, prudence, courage, and justice. Okay, so prudence, courage, and justice, okay? Honor virtue. So let's go back to this. There was something that you were given that you didn't, like maybe somebody didn't appreciate. Somebody was given something they didn't appreciate. And they thought that somebody that had virtue, maybe they weren't as sparkly as other people were. But you know, it's something that you can build with. It's a good foundation. And it doesn't matter what anybody else, how anybody else sees it. If you didn't see it in somebody else, or somebody didn't see it in you, then the person that didn't see it was not worthy of it. Let's just see it. And that's why the decision to choose yourself, what's good for yourself, ultimately, is the right choice with this Lover's card, okay? So it's like a confirmation, choosing virtue, honoring the things that are truly important. Because when it comes down to it, you can't have certain things without courage and, let me go back to them. Courage, prudence, temperance, and justice. Because everything would be fleeting, it would be in the moment. And it would not be where we want to go after we come from the underworld of chaos. After we've been rebirthed, we want to go back there? That was a rhetorical question. I don't think most people would want to go back there. Not after they've done their best to grow and return and get back up after being down, or being awakened after sleeping. Now that you know, most people know they can't go back there. I'm open to love in various forms. So, open to love in various forms means there's love everywhere around us. And we might consider that it's been here the whole time, because we may be missing the love that's been around us the whole time. Family, pets, the universe. The sun comes up every day and blesses you with its rays and warmth. You know, the light switch goes on when you turn it on. I know it doesn't sound like love, but don't you love when the light switch goes on? There's love all around us and things to appreciate. And that gets us out of this. What I don't have, what I'm bored into, being grateful that I can create my own reality, being grateful that I have come so far. so far from the underworld so I can re-engage in life. So I can be in the moment. Open to love in various forms. It includes being in the moment. Finding verification, what to be happy for. What do you love? What do you love, Aquarius? When we're in a place of gratitude and love, we really can't be unhappy. It's only when we choose to go to the negative place of what we don't have and what's been done. But that just keeps us from moving forward. All right, so that's your reading. Wasn't very long this time. I feel like I need to do one more card. Okay. Enchanted map. What did you leave behind? Whatever you left behind, consider whether it was really supposed to go with you, and whether it can go with you to this place of rebirth. Maybe it's supposed to be left in the underworld. Solitude. And if you're not sure, solitude is about going within to find the answers that you seek. They're never outside of us. They're always inside of us because our higher self knows why. It knows why. Whether decisions are bad or good or whatever somebody else is, we feel like they did to us. The whys that help me understand more, please, is a good place to start. Not why in the way like, why? It's more like, why is this happening? What am I missing? It's a productive way of doing that where you're not the victim. You are looking for real answers. Because rebirth means rebirth, and returning from the underworld and judgment means leaving the old stuff behind. We have an eclipse and we have the summer solstice on the 20th, 21st, depending on where you're at, where you are. It is the time to decide what you want to leave behind, what you want to take with you in the next part of this experience. If you could choose the best things in your life right now to embrace and the things you really want to leave behind, what would that be? Maybe it'll help define what's serving you and what isn't a little bit, Aquarius. So take care. I hate making this, but sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes putting it on paper goes, ooh, I think I'm going to move that. So if you're feeling stuck, maybe we need a bit of representation of it, just so we can stop it from spinning in our head round and round, because it's like something caught in a loop that just needs to be thrown out. It's just not serving anymore. So anyway, take care. If you need a reading, let me know. Bye-bye.